Hello,
Hello.
hello, JJ DiGeronimo here, and we're super excited to have the June meetup of Lightworkers, Healers, and Mystics. Many of these women and sometimes men are on my podcast Together We Seek, and I love cultivating this time for us to meet each other, to share our events and activities, and cultivate ways that we can not only get to know each other, but potentially get together and even work together. So with that, we use this time to allow each practitioner to share their work, their events, and get to know each other. So with that, kick it off. Catherine, do you want to kick us off?
Yes. So I'm working on a project called Mind Body Maps. It's part of Listen to the Body Talk, and my website's listentothebodytalk.com. And it is a program that's going to be a year-long program with a minimum of 2-hour commitment each month and up to 8 hours of lecture per month that is available. I'm going to basically repeat the 2 hours 4 times so that, somewhat selfishly, I get to practice, and secondarily, people get a deeper understanding of the material. And I wanted to share, and JJ's allowing me to share my screen. So this is the Mind Body Maps, and it is essentially a map of all different levels of understanding about the genetic code and our consciousness around the genetic code, organs, endocrines, body parts, 5 elements, even essential oils. So I'm going to jump into the gene key in transit right now, which basically means for 6 days, there is a gene key. So literally a gene, and it's the 12th gene of vanity, discrimination, and purity. So this is the consciousness of a shadow characteristic. Sometimes people don't like to hear the word vanity, and certainly about themselves, elitist or malicious, right? These are the things to allow and embrace so that we can release the gift of discrimination, the secret of high art, and essentially purity is a pathway to higher consciousness, or the divine gift is called a city. So this has a whole host of information around it. This is coming from Body Talk Land, and all that I've learned over 23 years of practice. And these are the gene keys, which relates with an essential oil, a gem, a gene key physiology, the throat, our communication. That's, of course, where we hold vanity, and it's related to us chakra. And as we tap into the chakra, it goes over to here. It's got a musical note associated with it. This has a programming partner across the I Ching chart, and it's obscurity, idealism, and light at that consciousness. These gene keys have a physiology of literally part of a genetic code. And this is a stop codon. So a protein is made and then it needs to stop. And this is called the ring of trials. So this is just a snapshot. Stomach here has a whole house, and all the genes, all the gene key codons, all the proteins, and all the genes that make those proteins are listed here within the stomach meridian. So it's really, really fun and cool to bounce around this chart and really learn through muscle checking how to use it. So that's my offering, and it starts in September, and it will be, like I said, 4 times, and you can pick which time you want within the month and switch it off month by month if you choose, or all 3 or all 4. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Catherine. I've been working with Catherine a little bit on the probably 2 or 3 sessions now, and she is really helping me kind of get some energy out of my body that I feel like I've been working on for a decade. So, if you're have some stuck energy or you have issues you haven't really gotten through yet, I know this is a lot, might look like a lot, but I will tell you that she is so masterful. And once you start digging in, it quickly starts to unwind. So thank you for that help.
You're welcome.
I'm going to jump right in here because this morning I was lost in Gene Key 12, and then somehow I like dove into the codon rings, and I was mapping all my gene keys in each of the codon rings. So I love what you're sharing. Thank you so much. It's super exciting what you've got going there with all those clicks and opening into all of those other things. I'm Donna Bond, everyone. I think if you were here last month, I was falling all over myself, and I'm working through that. I also am launching a new project called Decode Your Divine Plan. I'm also a Gene Key guide, and I'm deep into spiritual curriculum right now. And so I am supporting people in decoding their life in parallel with their spiritual curriculum and really helping them to understand at a deeper level, what are the big themes? What is on the big lesson plan of life for each one of us? And the Gene Keys is such a beautiful augmentation and like really probably the best system for that. Decode Your Divine Plan is my methodology of really helping someone understand their own breadcrumb trail, and their breadcrumb trail, not only from the standpoint of what is it that breathes this aliveness through us and into us that helps us align with our higher purpose, but also what is the breadcrumb trail of the repeat experiences that we keep having again and again and again because we haven't garnered the learning from what is on offer from that. So that it's going to be 3 weeks in a row, 2 hours, 3-part series, easy. Get in, get out, you're done. It's launching July 8th. So, and I'll share the link, JJ, when I have it. I don't have it yet. Good morning.
Alina, I know you're on. Do you want to go because you had to jump off last time?
Oh,
Okay.
this time I have plenty of time, no worries. But I'm super happy to be here, grateful for these meetings, JJ, thank you, and lovely to meet all the ladies. I just heard I'm sorry I missed Catherine. That's when I jumped on and heard the last part. But I want to tell to Donna, I love Gene Keys. Yes, I agree. It's a wonderful tool. It's a wonderful tool, one of the many. So just to briefly introduce myself, I'm Alina. I live in Portugal. I'm originally from Romania, and my path of healing when I came out of the corporate world and working with truly healing my inner child and also stepping into my full feminine leadership has been through divine feminine guides, and in particular goddesses. I love working with guides through the Akashic Records readings that I do, but also through theta healing. So I help people. My mission, my purpose is actually to help people embody their full self-mastery and inner leadership. And I have a wealth of tools for that. One of them is, of course, the Akashic Records readings. And the other tools that I've been developing over the past few years have been my goddess retreats. So in the goddess retreats, and there's one upcoming one between the 24th of July to the 27th of July, 24 to 27 July in Portugal, in Cascais, which is very close to Lisbon. It's a beautiful venue. We're by the ocean, and we're going to be working with embodying 3 wonderful divine feminine archetypes that live and breathe through each of us, every woman. And that is the inner lover, the inner queen, and we're going to work with the inner priestess, the one who knows and feels and sees into our true gifts and the future that we're here to build, one step at a time, the feminine way. And so I will send you the link later, JJ, for the Goddess Retreat. We are at the 5th edition of the Goddess Retreat. There was one, yes, even during the pandemic in 2020, because Portugal was lifted up the restrictions in summer. So perfect to have a Goddess Retreat in summer. So 5th edition, and wonderful, wonderful ladies from all over the world come every time. And I love to see the soul communities that come together, like the deep, beautiful bonds and the soul families of priestesses that have worked together in many lives before, coming together for every edition. And the other part of my offering has to do with working with embodying the 7 divine feminine archetypes that correspond to each of our energy centers. This is channeled information that has come to me, but also deep work that I've been doing with other facilitators over the past years. And it's I've developed a business training program that is the feminine path into building a business, and it's called the Sacred Feminine Business Training. I take ladies through it's a 7 months program, and every month we journey with a different archetype, embodying the wisdom, the learnings, the power of that feminine archetype. And then we apply the learnings also into our businesses. And I see ladies flourish every year, and I love supporting and holding space for that, because business has been my background, and now finally I'm able to incorporate it into my sacred work as well. And it's been a joy to see ladies flourish this way and to be able to support them. So I've just started. We're at the end of month 1, so there's also space there if anybody feels called to reach out. I'm here, and I'm going to share the details, the link about that too. So lovely to meet you all. Thank you, JJ.
So nice. And if anyone wants to put a link in the chat so people can click it from their desktop, make sure you put the entire link so it's clickable. So nice to have you from Portugal.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Great. Who else wants to share?
I can go next. Hello, everyone, goddesses. My name is Kim, and I'm born and raised in Arizona. And talking about the goddesses, that is so crazy that you brought that up, because I also host Golden Age Goddess Retreats. And I hosted my first one last year in Bali with one of my dear sisters, Wind. And our retreats are all about anchoring in that Christ consciousness and anchoring in the divine feminine, because we know the divine feminine is just rising, and the femininity needs to rise now. And our spaces are very sacred. They're very aligned with the passion that we have in bringing in love and unity, and that unity consciousness. So we are so excited to host our second retreat. It's going to be in Thailand this year, and it's going to be from November 11th to the 21st. It's a 10-day all-inclusive retreat, and we have several spots available still for that beautiful sacred portal that we're doing in Thailand. So other than that, I love helping women with visions. I love creating vision boards, and every single one of my vision boards, everything has come true. Just magical things. And from manifesting India in like a short couple of weeks, I manifested a free trip to India that happened this year in January. So I really love just empowering women to live their best life and help their visions come to fruition. And I also want to say thank you to Mary, and thank you to JJ for inviting me to this beautiful sacred sisterhood. And that's what I'm craving. And it's so crazy that it's so aligned, because I was talking to my dear sister last night, and I said, I'm just craving authenticity. I'm craving sisterhood. Like, it's just needed more than ever, creating a sacred container of sacred women that want to truly support each other. I told her I am done with Instagram. Instagram, there's like so many people that just watch your stuff and don't interact. And I'm just like, I'm ready for sacred sisterhood and community. So thank you so much. And I will link my information in the chat. So if anyone's interested, we can talk more about it. But thank you so much.
I guess I can go next, since I want to thank Catherine. I want to thank JJ for I mean, JJ, for hosting this monthly call that brings us all these mystics together, and these beautiful goddesses, and also the men as well are welcome, right? It's normally just women, but we welcome all. And it was so great to practice with you guys, JJ and Catherine, and just spending like 2 amazing days with you guys were just like, oh my gosh, I left Cincinnati feeling so high and so like, gosh, knowing the path. So thank you both, JJ and Catherine. I mean, Catherine showed me Cincinnati, like, oh my gosh, I love Cincinnati. She's a power walker, by the way. It was so amazing. And I haven't posted pictures, but I just want to say I'm so honored to have met you both. And I know this is just the beginning of the journey, of our journey together. And it's just so amazing that, you know, source, God, the goddesses have brought us all together here. So thank you. So I'm Mary, and I'm a physical medium. And what I do is I bring divine energy. I'm a divine energy healer. And I also bring in Mother Mary and the Ascended Masters and Saint Germain to bring in divine healings. So miracles do happen during the sessions, where you're able to release anything, any stagnant energy, any old energy from like years, sometimes with one session, sometimes it could be 3 sessions. So, you know, I don't make any guarantees, but I know when I hear it's a miracle, it's a miracle. So, you know, and miracles are happening where, you know, the Ascended Masters, if you're ready to release that stagnant energy or whatever's holding you back, they'll release it, and you're able to release and be renewed. And also they're doing activations now. So I mean, a couple of you have received activations through the Ascended Masters, and have been put into your path, you know. So I'm just so honored to be the vessel to the divine, to be able to channel this divine energy through me. And I'm so grateful to all of them, especially Mother Mary, who's like, wow, my biggest guide, and Saint Germain. So I'm also a Reiki master. I do sacred sound healing, and I bring in the non-physical to physical. So you're able to feel your guides, you're able to feel your passed on loved ones through sacred sound healing, or through the session, you're able to feel them. I also do oracle and card readings, but I'm trying to stay away from that and do more channeling. So all the sessions are always channeled. And yeah, and I love collaborating. So if any of you guys would love to collaborate, you guys know that I love collaborating. We could do, you know, I could do Reiki or divine healing. You guys could do sound baths, you know, whatever. We can think it out. I love working together. This is a group of love, and that's what JJ is building here, and a group of trusted women and beautiful souls. So women and men, sorry. So thank you again. Love you.
Hi, can I go up? JJ, thank you for inviting me. I'm Danielle Pashko, and I'm just impressed with all of you ladies and everything that you're doing. I started working in wellness and healing modalities when I was 18, and my clinical practice has been in nutrition. And I worked for a long time doing that, and then I got sick. And I found that a lot of things, of course, in the medical world, also the biohacking community, I come from a functional medicine background, we're not really hitting the mark. And I found that for my own healing, I had to tap more into the spiritual practices, meditation, prayer, things that I always did, but I had to return to. Visualization, Tai Chi, Qigong, getting into the internal martial arts. And I developed an online community called Soul Hacker, which is really tapping into the essence of your soul as part of your healing. So I still work with people on nutrition, but I think it's very important for them to understand, as well as all of you understand this, the nervous system, getting ourselves more regulated, and tapping into our spirituality and having hope again that we can heal. So I'm working with a lot of chronically ill people. And yeah, so that's my community, Soul Hacker. Thank you.
You maybe just share a little bit, just because I know you, that how you've healed yourself, because I feel like you're not giving enough credit to that. So it's very interesting. So, and how that's changed your practice.
Yeah, I mean, I had chronic Lyme, and then after that, once I had COVID, I was having symptoms like POTS, dysautonomia, terrible vertigo. I had a nurse coming to my house. I mean, I worked in the best functional medicine clinic in Manhattan, and I just couldn't get better. And so I started really getting into my visualization and watching myself practice Kung Fu, which seems sort of weird because I was not well at that time. And I had been a prior yoga instructor when I had a lot of strength, but I lost all my strength. And I visualized this Kung Fu and I couldn't do it. I would come out of my visualization and I would still be like weak. So I found Tai Chi and Qigong. Uh, I would say he's like a master. He's been doing it for 50 years. And he really helped me get back into my body. And it was just amazing what he did for me. And through doing these practices, I regained my balance. I became more grounded. And I'm even practicing Wing Chun Kung Fu 4 days a week now, which is Bruce Lee's practice. That's how strong I got from my teachers. So I believe that so much, we can do all, we can do all the external things in the world, but it's really going back to the essence of where did this come from? What do we need to work on? And how do we really calm our nervous system? So it's really been quite a journey. And I'm just trying to share this with as many people as I can.
That's awesome. And you do one-on-one and group, right?
Yes, I do both. So I'm doing an event in the Hamptons in like 2 weeks on the 29th. I'll be talking a little bit about my experience and doing a Qigong demo. Then I'm going to do another event in Manhattan, and I'm going to be speaking at a biohacking conference the beginning of the year, but bringing in how we should not just do biohacking. We have to first work on the nervous system, and then we can use all those shiny toys. But we have to work on our soul first. So that's really the message that I'm going with.
So
Thanks, guys.
helpful. Thank
Excited
you.
to connect
Thank
with
you
all
for
of you.
sharing all that. I think it's so helpful because we all deal with clients that, may have Lyme or may have long-term COVID. And I feel like it's great to just have a referral system too, especially if you've healed yourself. I mean, there's such validity to the work that you're doing from the inside out. So
And I'm so excited to hear more about what everyone else is doing. Like some of this is new to me, even though I feel like I know so much about healing, but I'm like, wow, like I want to learn so much more. So I'm going to investigate each and every one of you and I'm done with this.
JJ, thank you for hosting. I'll jump in if it's okay. My name is Brenda Winkle. I'm located in Portland, Oregon, and I'm so excited to be here. This is my first monthly meetup, and I am in awe of all of you, and I cannot wait to connect with you and work on some collaborations. So, essentially, what I do is I help people feel safe to come home to themselves so that they can live lives of ease and fulfillment and joy. And I do this through a lot of different modalities. I am also an advanced theta healing practitioner. So, Alina, when you were talking, I was like, oh, that's me. And Mary, I'm also a Reiki master. And I was like, oh, we should connect. And I also am a trauma informed breathwork facilitator and somatic coach. And so, nervous system regulation is my bread and butter. That is really at the root of everything that I do. Because when we can regulate the nervous system and we can feel safe enough to create the changes that we want, things start to really move in our lives. And so I just am so thrilled to be here, very honored to be among you all, and can't wait to get to know you. I have a 4-day journey coming up. I love to lead women through ceremony, to take them out of ordinary mind. And when we can get out of ordinary mind, then we can let the subconscious and the spirit move through us. And so I have a 4-day journey called Yes to Me coming up in July 14 through 17. And it goes hand in glove with my brand and my podcast, which is called Your Yes Filled Life. And so, that feeling like, yes, I finally got it. That's the feeling of your yes filled life. And so that's really at the core of everything that I do is I guide people to that feeling.
My name's Judy, and I'm in Canada, outside of Toronto. And I feel like it's a good lead in for me next, because it's that really knowing yourself and that center of yourself is what my work's all about. And you know, as healers and as entrepreneurs and such, like, we all know that we're at the center, and the better we feel and the more confident and clear we are in ourselves, then the more impact we have. And so I work with astrology and numerology and Chinese metaphysics to be able to really come back to know yourself, and also from the point of view of finding the right timing. Because I'm sure everybody here has had times when it's like, feels like we're not making progress and we're not moving forward, or things aren't happening the way we would like them to. And by looking at using these tools, it gives me an opportunity to see where the openings are, and where we can really synergize and work in harmony with the external energy and with our own, and just find that sweet spot. So right now I'm working on, so I kind of created a body of work and my program that's called Focus and Flow, which is working with numerology to find your own timing cycle, and then actually getting to the point where you time block your work schedule so that it's in harmony with your own inner sense. So, you know, as soon as we relieve the stress of having to do it the way everybody else does and finding our own rhythm and timing, then that's where the magic happens. And so a lot of my work is really about, and you know, as is yours for many of you with the body, but it really is about, okay, take the stress away from there and put the energy over here and move ahead with more ease, grace, and enjoyment, right? So there's Focus and Flow, and then I do a vision retreat twice a year. And then the new moon, working with the new moon from an intentional point of view, less ceremony for me, but more of it gives us an opportunity each month to come back to ourselves, get real, really see what we're creating, and then combine that co-creative power of bringing in and manifesting what we need and calling in what we need and want, but at the same time doing our part and saying, if this is what I really need and want, you know, how much am I really bringing to it? And taking action from that point of view. So I'm in the process right now of, am I making it into a 6-month program, or am I going to offer it as individual pieces again? So that's where I'm at right now. So thank you very much. Pleasure to be here in such great company.
I can go next. Hi, my name is Anna Bartolucci. Thank you, Isabel, for inviting me to this space. Yes, I have worked with Isabel now, and Mary and Judy, and they are all awesome, can totally attest. And I am by day a sleep psychologist. I help people sleep without drugs. So I think about it as helping people to access their own innate ability to sleep without relying on external means. By night, I'm a USA Today best-selling author. I write fiction and nonfiction. These top 2 shelves are my babies, and I've been combining my passions of psychology and creativity into Psych Up Academy, where I am building online communities and cohorts for soul-aligned entrepreneurs and healers who are ready to write their world-changing books. Because, you know, let's be honest, one-to-one work is great, cohort work is great, group programs and retreats are great, but so many people need our messages. And one of the most powerful ways to spread the message, spread the word, help with the enlightenment is to write a book and put it out there, because often that's where people are going to look first. And I was called on the carpet by one of my goddesses this morning. And I took the opportunity to ask her, okay, what the heck is going on right now with the world? And she said, yes, we are definitely in a time of transition. And let's be honest, birthing a big baby is hard. And right now the world is in big baby birthing pains, which we are all seeing and feeling. And yeah, we need to put our word out there to help write our books. And it's interesting because I've been seeing a lot more power in my programs. I just started a book club on Elizabeth Gilbert's Big Magic. We just had our first meeting and it was amazing. like the vulnerability and the insights that people were coming to. It's like I could tell it was definitely more than me facilitating. My next thing is going to be co-hosting a workshop on how to use astrology to bust writing myths. This is going to be on July 16th. Once I get the link, I can send it to you, JJ. And if anybody is curious, my website is psychupacademy.com. I'll put the link in the chat, and I do offer free 30-minute book idea consultations just to see if this has been a little tickle in your brain, might be time to start. So thank you so much.
I'm so excited, Anna. So excited. So I put Anna under, and I met her spirit guides. And so if you know anyone that has a conversation with you that needs to write a book, please send her to the sister of ours, because her team is backing her up, and that book will be published and have a ripple effect for humanity. Okay, so my name is Isabel Zimmerman. I am a full-time ascension teacher. That means I work with spiritual teachers and healers. I work with spiritual teachers and healers to make sure they are on their mission. They are very connected with their guides, and we go into your soul field with the curriculum not given to me by spirit, but really by Yeshua. And so that curriculum is about 6 months long. It's very specific on the curriculum. It's also, they just added it to me, to help the teachers get rid of your when, why, who, what, the 5 W's. Because when you are on point in doing your mission, you cannot have those 5 W's. You cannot be attached to a result or an expectation. And I think we all know that, but I think as the human, it is hard to let go, right? Going into your soul field is through hypnosis. And we go into your soul field because we need to clear your vibration of like shame, guilt. You have to know when you were honored. You have to know when you were gloried. They're very, very remarkable sessions. I only work with spiritual teachers and healers. And another thing that Spirit wants me to share with you, I wrote this book for spiritual teachers and healers, not to read, but to have you give to your students the Mighty Tiny Awakening Handbook. It's a cartoon book, no teachings, but it talks about the ascension, talks about why do you wake up at 3:33 in the morning? Why do you have psychic heat? Why are you all of a sudden cold? It gives that beginning journey of awakening so you are not peppered with questions. Because they're like, oh my God, I had a dream. And you're like, I know. Oh my God, I hear this song. I know. Oh my God, should I connect with nature? Yeah. Should I stop watching TV? Yes. So and then it has a glossary. What are the Pleiadians, the Arcturians? What's a Kundalini awakening? So it's got a glossary to help you guys not answer those basic questions to your kids. So I'll just put my email if you want to reach out to me, if you want to know. I have a shit ton of projects from Spirit, and thank you.
God, so good. Oh, you guys are amazing. I feel like, it's a little intimidating to be on this call and hear what everyone's going on, but in reality, this is just a small bubble of healers and mystics. And, we have all the other people in the world trying to figure out which way to turn. So I'm so honored that you guys would all show up here and share what you're doing. I will definitely put this on YouTube. If you want to share your retreat, I've been sharing them in my newsletters too. So other people that have retreats, if you want to go in, and I'll put the link, but I have this community, Together We Seek. If you see right here on the right-hand side, you can add your retreats events. And then what I'm doing is taking them and putting them in my newsletter and sharing them in different ways too. So, and it also gives people on the call access to what's going on, because, we all need at times to go to other people's retreats. I know I love going to people's retreats where I don't have to lead. I can just relax and let it flow through me. So this is great that you guys are sharing this. And if you want another place to share it, you can go into the link that I'll put in the chat. I'm doing a relax retreat, not spiritual, I don't think, but sometimes it may happen. But I'm gonna be hosting a retreat in Jamaica on October 9th through 12th. And it is just an exquisite place. I'm going to be announcing it this weekend. It is a soul sister of mine owns the place. We're going to be going to a waterfall. It's really about filling yourself up. So if anyone's interested in that, that's coming out. And I just really appreciate all of you guys coming together. We have a few minutes. So if anyone has a question or a thought or wants to talk something through, I open the floor for that. But in the meantime, I just want to really express my gratitude, and watching the synergies, not only on the call, but after the call, has been absolutely exquisite. And if you feel like there's somebody in your network that you want to bring to the call, you are welcome to do that too. A spiritual leader, a mystic, somebody that's in your network that you think will benefit, that is welcome for future calls. So with that, I'll just open the floor and just see if there's anyone that wants to vibe.
Yeah, actually, thank you. Because I guess I was sending you that telepathically. I actually forgot to mention my heart remembrance course that I just began June 8th. Last week was the first week, and it's about remembering who we are, your innate gifts. It's tapping into your innate gifts. So it's an in-person heart remembrance course about your strengthening your mediumship abilities, going inward, healing at the same time. So every session has a sacred sound session where it's healing. We're learning how to tune into our guides, our ascended masters, how to heal ourselves. I'm teaching about the chakras. I'm also helping people deepen their communication skills, how to channel, how to get yes and no's with your body, how to read cards, and how to actually interpret those messages that the divine is giving us every day. I mean, every day there's signs. Like, you find a feather, you find a penny. I mean, when I was with JJ and Catherine, all we did was find pennies and feathers, and it was just like, this is divine, right? It's divine orchestrated. So knowing the signs, knowing how to interpret the signs, like we were talking about our future, right? What this beautiful group is, what we're creating together, what we're creating separately. And it was just phenomenal. So it's just that heart remembrance course is about that, remembering all these innate abilities that we have within us as goddesses and beautiful gods, right? And yeah, it's local. Eventually, I think it may go into online, but the first few ones, I feel like it's going to be like in person, because I love that healing aspect where I'm able to put hands-on healing on people. So yeah, and it's here in New Albany, Ohio. Or Columbus, Ohio. Yeah. So the next one starts in July. We're on second week. Tomorrow's the second week of the course. It's a 3-week course, and it runs, which is really 12 hours of instruction, and intense, right? 1 hour of just healing, and then 9 hours of instruction. So it's just amazing. And the last session, I actually wrote this whole presentation, and it was all channeled. So I channeled the whole session, even though I thought that, I wrote this whole presentation out just to keep it on point. And it was just so amazing to do that, because I'm learning to trust myself as well as the Ascended Masters. They're like, you don't need to write a curriculum. You're going to channel it. And I'm like, well, just in case, Of course, I wrote the one for tomorrow, but I know it's going to be channeled. It's just the trust, and trust is the key to us all, is trusting. And Isabel says that, and all of us here say that all the time. Like, Isabel's like, trust, 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 trust that you are being guided to like your mission. Trust that it's all coming at the right time. I mean, I've worked with Isabel, and it's just phenomenal. I mean, I've had like amazing turnaround. Like, wow. So I highly recommend her services. I mean, Catherine, yes, I've worked with Catherine. My gosh, I spent a whole weekend with her, and then I went into Gene Keys, and it was just, gosh, so amazing as well. And she got to something that I would have never known. So, it's like we're all healers and we're all helping each other. So it's so great to come together. So again, I want to thank you, JJ, and I love you guys.
So the team is coming in, and I'm just going to channel this for all of us, just really quickly. Dear ones, we would like to say we are thrilled that you have gathered and that we can see you braiding your light in this now moment. Can you not feel your sisters in the sisterhood that you are creating and remembering of a braid of the golden fleece? The golden fleece is a light grid, not of a reward, but of a higher being of consciousness that are braided as one. And your divineness, your remembrance of who you are, is going to even become stronger and stronger. Can you not feel it, dear ones? Can you not feel your divine soul abilities awakening deeper within your field? Can you not feel your divine soul abilities being expressed in new ways? Can you not feel the magic all around you? What you thought was mundane is actually your creation of joy. So we would say to you, as these energies have been becoming stronger and stronger in the rebirth of oneness once again, we would like for you to remember that all is well and trust your instincts, trust your connection to the divine. We are with you, we are with you, and we love you. We are complete. I know, I got goosebumps. I love them.
Thank you so much. That was so beautiful. Mm.
JJ, your hair looks awesome, by the way. Phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Thank you. That was delicious. I was like, oh, that feels so good. Oh, so good. I love this. Is any else? We have a few more minutes if anyone else wants to share, update, ask a question.
JJ, I wanted to say thank you for your recommendation on eSpeaker. It was a full-time job listing myself there, but I did it, and it just feels like a little bit of a coming out party on speaking. So I just wanted to say thank you so much for that.
That is fabulous. Yeah, speaking, I feel like there's opportunities for us, to speak. You can't always talk about soul and God, but you can weave in frequency, meditation, and mindfulness. So we can sneak in our message.
No sneaking for this one. I'm coming full on out.
You're going right for the soul work. I love it.
Full on out. Yeah.
I feel like with everything happening, more and more people are ready to have real conversations. So, and the astrology is just off the charts. It's incredible what's happening astrologically. So I'm so excited for this year to see how this all lands in 2025. How are you guys feeling about it?
Yeah, it's definitely a challenge for those of us who are kind of type A control freaks who want to know what all is going to happen and when. It's I was gonna say, Isabel, this is so funny because Isabel, through my guides, encouraged me to put my procrastination course on the Great Discovery. And it is finally up. It was a challenge, and I actually snuck it through at a higher tier so I get more of a royalties when it sells than the one that they were trying to put it in. And I was like, okay, yeah, there was definitely some help with that. So if you guys are okay with another link for me, I will find it and put it in the chat.
So one of the things that I just want to share with you, because I work with spiritual teachers and healers. So even the teachers, because you guys are all teachers and healers, right? And I just want to share with you, some of the teachers have called me crying, right? And they're like, I just need to hear your voice. I just need to hear your voice. And I'm like, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's all okay. So when you feel these heavy days, and it's not like you don't know this, I'm just letting you know, like, it's okay. Like, these energies are really strong. And one of the guides, even in my sessions, sometimes in my sessions, they'll turn to me. And so I'm always reminded through my work and channeling to be that high anchor. So, like, no matter what we're seeing in our reality, just know that the soul who gets shot in their back because they're 7 years old, or the soul that receives the bomb, or the soul that drops the bomb, or the soul that dies in the flood, we don't have all the information. That soul wanted to experience that for soul growth, and we may not understand it. So again, when I talk to my spiritual teachers and healers, I say, is spirit asking you to call your senator? Is spirit asking you to go somewhere? Is spirit asking you to fight? What is it? What is it? What are you being asked? And you must, and this is hard for us, but you must drive your own car. You do not get out of your car. You do not help someone in a train wreck. You do not help them in a car accident. And it will feel weird because you're a healer. You're a teacher. So that balance of restraint, I will say, even for me, it's a mother, you know what? Because it's very easy for me to reach for that child to give them the sippy cup. It's 2 seconds of my life to fix them, to heal them, to help them. And it takes more of a balanced, self-centered, not to fix, not to help. And that was weird for me because I'm in service of God. I'm a high priestess. So it is odd for me as Isabel not to get out of my car and drive their car to safety. And we're going to see a lot of things. So you can always, always reach out to me. I will always get back to you. Okay? But you must stay in your car and on point in your mission and ask your guides, is this for me to do something? Because it's going to get really wonky. Okay? And you're seeing it. Okay. All right. Sorry. I know. I'm sorry, but they just come in.
If I could tag on to that, thank you, Isabel. I loved that. I felt that. I needed that. One of the things that I do in the structured world is I'm a diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging speaker. And it's really easy for us to feel like because policy is changing, that we're out of control and that things are falling apart. Just a reminder that policy has nothing to do with how you show up for your community, your family, your friends, your neighbors. And that one of my friends, her name is Dr. Tanmeet Sethi. She is located in Seattle, Washington. She wrote a book called Joy is My Justice. And she talks a lot about that the importance of reclaiming joy in your daily life is one of the most important things that you can do to support yourself and to support the collective.
On that joy, just one more thing. Sorry. One more thing. On that joy, I can tell you it is critical. It's a must-have. And one of the things around that joy is when you raise your vibration in that higher state, you have a potentiality to go into different dimensions. So your vibration is the key. Again, this is nothing new for you girls, but that vibration is the key. And so when you are focused on your joy, and do not look at others as victims, they are sovereign entities. Pull it back. Pull it back. Ask yourself, what do I need to do now? Stay in the now, stay in the now. And then we will connect with each other more and more and more because we are very needed. We are very needed to raise that grid. So one more story. Imagine we're all in a party, okay? We're all in a party and we're in the basement. Oh my God, we're in the basement of this party and there's like some guys and they're eating Cheetos and there's some like video games and we're told, don't go upstairs, don't go upstairs. And we're like, hey, JJ, let's go upstairs. And we're told don't go upstairs, but JJ and I, we sneak upstairs and it's a different party. They're like, come sit down. They've got real cheese. We're drinking wine. We're having a buffet. We've got like puppies and cats and light. It's a completely different party because we broke through that barrier of fear of rules, and now we experience something completely different. And so the people in the basement in that party, it's totally fine. Let them be in the basement. It's okay. But we can rise above it and create beautiful retreats, right? We can have angelic beings come to our retreats, right? We can have love and unity and allow them to have their party. So I hope that helps.
It does help. It does help. And I believe that, as many of you know, this was created because I was told by my guides, I guess, is that we have, like, working together will raise the frequency, and that we have all been working independently for a very long time, and we might have people popping in and out, but working together might be just meeting up every month just to share our highlights. It could be dropping your retreats in the community and through your social and tagging some of us. I feel like working together can be very broad or very specific. And I think just having this space that we come together once a month, I know it energizes me. I know you'll all be with me for many, many more hours ahead. And I'm so honored that you would take the time to join us in community, because I feel like sometimes we feel like we're on an island. And for me, this feels very real and very spiritual. So I just want to thank all of you for making the time, for doing your work in the world, for being courageous enough to create courses and retreats, and for creating new frameworks and publishing books for other people, and, you know, taking people up and down and around wherever they need to go with your gifts. And I just want to say thank you for leaning into who you thought you would be and hope to be when you came down here as a human. So with that, I just want to say have a wonderful day. Hopefully you'll post your events so I can share them with my network and others. We can share each other's events, you know, because there's different things for different people. And hopefully we'll get together more often, not just online, but in person. And I encourage all of you to just lean in, whatever's calling you to lean in. Sending love to all of you. Thank you so much for calling in from all over the world, and I look forward to making and continuing this for months to come. I love you.
Yeah.
Love you.
See you later. Have a great one.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Have a beautiful weekend.
Enjoy.
JJ, can I get your email?
Sure. Oh, it's hello at, oh, do you have it? Oh, yeah. Are you on the invite?
I don't think I am.
Oh, yeah. So send me an email and I'll add it to you on there. So hello at, and then my name, JJ DiGeronimo.com.
All right. And please tell me that with a name like that, you have a chariot birth card, because that is just so amazing.
Aw, thank you. I don't know.
Ah,
What did you
okay.
say, a chariot birth card?
Yeah, like we all have our birth cards according to the major arcana of the tarot.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. It's very interesting. I don't know.
Okay, so what is your birthday? I guess if you want to stop the recording.
Sure. Oh, yeah, let me do that. And I'll edit this out. Can't hold on one second. No.